You got one video.
A few years ago.
Still.
I was
Not good.
this close
Mate, can you shut that door, please?
to joining hashtag.
Alright. I'm in here for ratioing EA Sports. It started on Christmas Day. You know, absolutely went in on Jamie. Almost 4 times in ratioed. Again on Christmas Day, I went boom, boom, boom. Yesterday, they deleted a tweet.
Tell them the truth.
Alright. I'm in here for a mum's joke. Nah, seriously. I'm not joking. And now, it's in EA's power to ban you for anything. Let's just get that straight. They can do what they want, when they want. So, this isn't a defense. This isn't me trying to get it overturned in any way, shape, or form. This is just me reacting to it and what I feel it's forced me into. It's a bit of a bombshell later on in the video, so make sure you watch the whole thing. And now, so back to the Anders situation. And listen, right, we've addressed this in the other video, so I'm not really going to waffle on about it too much. Everyone knows I'm this lad's biggest supporter. Whilst he's swearing and shushing me, etc., I'm singing his name, shouting from the rooftops, "Hi ho, Anders Verjgan." And like I said, I loved that he was doing that. I loved that it showed personality. But yeah, that video's on my channel. One of the funny things about that video was, I mean, don't get it wrong, 99.99999% of my boys was absolutely positive reaction and stuff, but like, once it reached the FIFA hardcores, it was absolutely fuming. And the reason was that, like, I didn't play the game. The fact that we was drinking and having fun is literally the only negative comments against it. And we can do what we want. Me and my viewers were different. So everyone else, listen, he would have won anyway. I'm not arsed. And by the way, I actually knew about this ban around about 3 weeks ago. And like, I've tweeted him a bit like in between and stuff, but that's mainly just like having a bit of fun with it almost. The only reason for this ban is the mum's joke. Nothing less and nothing more. So all of what I said is actually quite irrelevant, to be honest. But I think they kind of reacted to the hate and tried to like find something in the video. And as we all know, the rest of it was just singing and chanting and positive. They must have just gone with that. And the thing is, well, you can look now, you can look this weekend. The hate right now is nothing less than it was a month ago and nothing less than it was a month before that. The only difference is that his mods actually toggle sub mode on and off now. But yeah, I'm delving into too much of the last video now. You can go watch that if you want to. And I don't care if you don't like the drinking and shouting and stuff. Just know it's like irrelevant to the subject. Just look at it contextually if you really want to look into it, whatever. I even spoke to his management like the day later and stuff because they hadn't seen the stream. And they was like, yeah, it's fine. Just leave it out of your video. It was like calling his fingers quick because mine are long. You might be conquering the world at 14, but I was fingering milfs and one might have been yours. But listen, that brings me on to my next point. No hate towards Anders. I've said it before and I'll say it again because what people do, they like to find a blame for something. Something just can't like happen. So like people try to wrongly look to blame me for his thing. People will now look at my ban and try to blame Anders, and please do not do this because there was a revelation that came this week, right? Like EA, for some reason, after the stream, they went to Anders and his management and was like, do you want an inquest into this stuff, what happened on the stream? And they said no, because nothing happened. But again, like I said, this isn't a defensive thing. And even last vid, before there was any talk of a ban, before I had any communication with the EA, I said, if any offence caused, I apologise for that. And that was that. Like, I like to think of my community as like probably the most positive out there. Like the amount of messages I get per day is like, how do you not rage at Foot Jams? How many times a video am I like, lads, just pick fun teams, enjoy it, don't get frustrated. It's just a game at the end of the day. I think in 4 years of competing, I've had a grand total of 0 of these handcuffs do me head in altercations with pro players, and trust me, what I've seen in front of my own eyes at these events in the past 4 years, it is astounding. But like, I do get it, like when you're a pro player, you're kind of at EA's mercy and you are kind of like representing them on a global stage. Like listen, content creators, they break terms of service every single day. How many people do you see on Twitch in front of thousands and thousands abusing the player you're playing against? But like you can't like ban Bateson from competing, can you? Not that Bateson does break toss. Just an example. But like, yeah, this is where it gets more like deepish. That was like a background of the situation. Tried to like paint a picture for people that maybe just don't know anything that come into this now. But I got dealt, at the end of the day, the same severity of ban, a mum joke, as racism. That is just a stone cold fact. It's like racism, mum joke. And trust me, if this is the precedent you're setting for future players and pro players, in the next 24 hours, I could go out and get every single person that's ever competed on the world stage banned. The thing is with EA that like disheartens me a bit as well. It's like I actually the personal relationships, I pretty much get on with like everyone I've met. I've got zero personal vendettas against anyone that I've met. We go on after parties with even the referees at events and stuff. And it just makes, I just don't know where it's gone wrong, but like something's gone wrong somewhere. And it makes it even more strange to me that my first communication with EA this year is a ban. And right, it's like, there's this unwritten rule in FIFA esports. It's like, let me get you a sensational analogy. Does anyone see that, Dylan? That's a weird analogy. So everyone who's played football, you know, or football pre-VAR, if you foul someone in the penalty box in football, it has to be more of a foul to get a penalty than a free kick outside the box. Do you get where I'm coming from? Now, it's like this in FIFA. If you've got an army behind you of some sort, if you've got a loyal fan base, your rules are different to everyone else's, and that is just a fact. Even though it shouldn't be lawfully on paper, it just is. Like, imagine now these hundreds of pros on the circuit, thousands, you're going around trying to police mum jokes. Do you see people attacking each other on the timeline every day? That's a million times worse. Listen, I'm not asking for favoritism. Far from. I'm just asking to be treated the same as everyone else, and I don't think that's too much to ask for. Pretty much everyone would take this ban on the chin. It's a short ban, and they come back after like 2 weeks, a month, and qualify for the World Cup, and everything's fine again. But it's just not in me to do that. Some might call it stupidity. Some might call it pride getting in the way. But personally, I just can't be treated like that. It's like everyone can do what they want, but I'm on like a string. And listen, with a big fan base does come responsibility. I completely agree with that, but I'm not going to sacrifice this fun we have on stream and all the laughs, be walking on some sort of tightrope. Like, the People's Champ needs to be free. The People's Champ can't be walking on eggshells. The people need to be entertained in times like this. So, Mum, look away now. But I am announcing my retirement from EA competitive events effective immediately. Right now. Shouldn't have done that. So, yeah, this is the biggest risk of my life, bar none, by a million miles. As you probably might have guessed, if I'm not competing, I'm not going to compete for a team ever. So, I'm deleting a 3-year contract there. My main income is... Well, should I be doing that? Should just scrap... Maybe I am stupid. But now, listen, like, as a side note, 2020, it was tough for everyone. More so all you than me. I got to work still, but I got so caught up in chasing like a competitive dream that I thought I had for the past like 2 years of qualifying for the World Cup, and I did it. And then it got cancelled. So I was in like quite a bad place at the time. Like, it was like all that for nothing. Them 2 years, I basically scrapped YouTube at that point. I weren't streaming either. I'd do like rewards like once every month for 2 years, and it was kind of in a place of like, where's my life gonna go? So I knew I needed a change. Obviously I moved clubs. Proves it worth the money now, doesn't it? But yeah, the year started. Then obviously this is the first ever year I've gone content wise YouTube. We've gone daily from like beginning of October. We've been streaming, and I kind of realised what my dream was meant to be that whole time. It was to entertain, to interact with people and be happy. Like, honestly, the amount of messages I get per day, whether it be Instagram, Twitter, saying how much I'm like helping mental health during this past year, how much I'm helping you all get through the times that you're going in now. That to me, it tops any trophy. I could give me 10,000 World Cups and it doesn't come close to that. Like, that's what I want to do. And if 2020 taught me anything, it was to take risks. Life's too short. And yeah, I don't know how my landlord's going to feel when I offer entertainment over rent. Whereas I don't know what you're laughing at. You're in the same position, mate. But yeah, if everyone can sub to the second channel, the link's below. I'm going to be streaming 30 minutes after this goes live. Every single one of you get in there. It's going to be a long Q&A. And all that will be uploaded on the second channel. Like, a lot of stuff now. Need to get that extra income somewhere. But, are we ready to smash this content thing, yeah? Are we ready? Lift it!